Looking ahead, our service on Sunday is our Pentecost service at 11 o'clock. You'd be very welcome to join us for that service. Our Friday concert next month, as every June, is going to be part of the St Jude's Proms. It will be here, but it will not be at 1 o'clock as usual. It will be at 12 o'clock. So please make a note in your diaries if you are regular here. 12 o'clock next month. It'll actually be the 30th of June. Okay? There will be food, but it'll be served after the concert, not before. Okay? So come for the concert at 12 and you can have your lunch with us after that. The concert next month is going to be the BBC Young Brass Musician of the Year, Sasha Kantor, playing the trumpet, with a pianist, Rustam Kanmertsin. So do come and join us for that, 12 o'clock on the 30th. We do rely on your gifts for these concerts to be possible, so I hope you will be generous on your way out and there will be opportunities to give as you go. And now I think we are in for a treat this afternoon. We're very pleased to have with us the River City Saxophone Quartet, and we are very much looking forward to their programme. So please give them a very warm welcome.
Is it possible to close that door? Thank you. Tell me the issue. Well, we got off to a cheerful start with that arrangement of some very early Hungarian folk tunes. Next, we've got a piece by Luigi Boccherini. It's been transcribed from one of his string quartets, and this was a very early work of his, and we think he must have been about 17 or 18 when it was written. So we're playing one movement of it, Boccherini's quartet. Which one is it? It's the, oh yes, Opus 2. We always have to refuel in mid-flight, you'll have noticed. It's one of the perks of the job. Next is a piece by Scott Joplin, and it's not a rag, which is what he's well known for, but this is a concert waltz, and it was lost for a long time, and with the renewed interest in him a few years ago, well, quite a number of years ago, with renewed interest, this emerged and it was rediscovered. So it's called the Thena. Next, we've got an original for quartet, saxophone quartet, written by Jim Ray. If any of you are connected with education, music education in any ways, you will know that he's written a host of educational material, really approachable too, with lots of light jazz in it. He's came from Tyneside, so two of his main pieces for quartet used the tunes from Tyneside. We're going to play two from his Northern Folk Song Suite. What have we got? We've got Blow the Wind Southerly, and then followed up with a combination of two tunes, Dance to Thy Daddy. you must have noticed that we're all playing saxes. It's a very modern instrument in musical terms. Of course, we're talking about centuries here. It was actually invented in the middle of the 19th century by Adolphe Sax, believe it or not. And he was an instrument repairer and maker, together with his father, in Belgium. And one day he was working on a bass clarinet, and for some time he'd been looking for a replacement for the delicate instruments in military bands, instruments like the oboe and the bassoon, which are quite sensitive instruments to rain, snow, and bad weather generally. Anyway, he got this idea of making a wind instrument made of metal, and, well, the rest is history, really. Bass clarinet shaped like that, and then he came up with, we think, was probably the tenor sax. Anyway, having that brief potted history, let me introduce you to the group. I'm going to start with me, because I'm the smallest, literally. And this is the soprano sax, which is not terribly common instrument. It's becoming more common, but there are lots of saxes. There's two more smaller than this, the sopranino and the soprillo. So this is the soprano. Next we have the alto saxophone, which is an instrument that a lot of youngsters learn on because it's reasonably light, and it is possibly, I was going to say, the most common instrument, certainly not the player, but definitely a common instrument. And I'd like to introduce you to Graham. Then, thank you. Then we have the tenor sax, which is associated with beefy sounds in jazz and so on. But again, this is one of the more popular saxophones, and Christopher is playing that one. Then we have the grandmother of the saxes. I chose my terms very carefully here. It's a baritone sax, but there are more saxes below that as well. So we have a bass sax, and then we have a contrabass sax. Contrabass sax is enormous. Let me see, it'll probably reach up to the top of that speaker there. So it's a bit of a pig to carry around with you. And so on baritone sax, we have Debbie. Wasn't that nice? This is a piece now. It was originally written for piano by Gabriel Pierne, and it was from a suite of pieces called An Album for My Little Friends. There are 6 movements, but we're going to play an arrangement that is an arrangement made by a very famous saxophone from the past, Marcel Mule. It's called A Song of Another Time. Next, we've got probably one of the last compositions of Gustav Holst. He wrote it for the girls of St. Paul's School, where he taught in 1933 while he was in hospital, and he died the following year. It was probably named Brook Green, but I think because that's where he and his wife got married, but also it's a district very near to the school. It has very much a folk tune sound to it, but all of the tunes in it are original. Originally written for string quartet, it's now an arrangement for saxophone quartet, Brook Green Suite. Next we have a piece by the Spanish composer Federico Torroba, and it's his first movement of Fandanguillo of his Suite Castellana for guitar, written in 1926. And Gordon Lewin, used to be a well-known clarinetist and saxophone player and arranger, has arranged this now for saxophone quartet. I spent a little while researching the Hollywood Saxophone Quartet. This was a group that was formed in the 50s. They drew from the orchestras. Of course, the film studios had enormous resident orchestras then. And this was a group that was, three of the players came from, I think, 20th Century Fox, and the fourth player was a freelance saxophone player. And they formed this quartet, and they did a lot of stuff, but they commissioned a lot of work by very well-known composers and arrangements. And one of these was Lenny Niehaus. He played for the Stan Kenton Orchestra, but he's arranged lots and lots of stuff. Anyway, here's his arrangement of Richard Rodgers' Have You Met Miss Jones? Well, thank you for being such a nice audience. It's been lovely to play here. Going to finish, we always tend to finish with a piece by Gershwin, and we're going to finish with one of our favourites. It's "Oh Lady Be Good." Another one, yes?
Sorry, everyone.
Bit of engineering has gone on. The risk of strangling herself. No.
Can I just say on behalf of the audience, thank you for what I can only describe as a joyful afternoon's music. It's been really lovely. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
Yes. Yes. So Chris and I teach now.